Coach, there's a lot of weird, unique things that happened tonight with the shot clock and just a few other things. How would you describe this game as a whole?
Well, I take those things out of the equation. Shot clock things happen. I thought on the whole, it was a really difficult game to play because of their style of play. They push the ball, they get to the paint. We had trouble rebounding the ball. In some ways, it was a little bit like our previous game where, we just kind of hung around and made some plays at the end. But, I thought both teams had good offensive nights and both teams had trouble stopping the other one.
You mentioned the plays at the end. How impactful was Enes Kanter in those final 3 minutes?
Well, he made two great defensive plays. He got a block. I think he may have gotten another block, but he had an impact on the entire game, having a 2020 game. But those two plays, when we were having trouble getting stops and they were getting into the paint, those were two big-time plays.
Next question is coming from AJ McCord with Coin.
Coach, sort of going off of Jamie's question about Enes, he said on the post game that his team always tells him to be the Turkish warrior underneath the rim, and if he is, if he's single team to just go up and get it, if he's double team to pass it out. What can you say about his awareness and just how quickly he's fit into his role, and then also expanding his role on this team since Nurk went down?
Well, I don't know how quickly he had a comfort level with being with us not too long ago to begin with. And obviously when Nurk went down, I thought it was a seamless transition because he had done it before, played with Damon CJ. And so there was that comfort level that he had. As far as he is a Turkish warrior, he's amazing what he does in there. He takes a lot of pounding. He has an uncanny knack for getting rebounds. When he gets it down there, he works so hard. We talk about passing out, which he does sometimes, but he works so hard to get it, and he's pretty efficient around the basket. He tries to get back up. So, he's had a great run with us so far, and his game speaks for itself.
Next question is coming from Aaron Fentress with the Oregonian.
Coach, I believe they had 16 second chance points through 3 quarters, but only a few in the fourth quarter. Did you feel like you guys tightened things up in terms of closing up the offensive rebound for them?
It was better. I don't have a fourth quarter stat unless I don't have my glasses with me, but they had four offensive rebounds and 2 second chance points. So we did a better job. They still scored in the fourth quarter, but the rebounding really hurt us in the first 3 quarters, and we did do a better job with that in the fourth quarter.
Also, you guys lost the 4 in a straight, came home, really wanted to win 3 in a row. It wasn't easy, but were you pretty pleased with how your team gutted out these wins to go into the break in 5th place and on a 3-game win streak?
Yeah, it's, I think we're pleased that we're 21-14 going into the break. And, we took care of business at home. You got to wade through it. Losing 4 in a row was tough. We played some good teams on the road, and we came home and took care of business. And it's what you got to do in this league, And I liked our mindset these last 3 games going into the break. There was no, I don't know. We didn't get away from our focus. We stayed intent on what we needed to do here.
Thanks.
Next question is coming from Jason Quick, The Athletic.
Coach, just overall, how would you kind of describe the first half of the season for you guys?
Interesting. We got a lot of different storylines, obviously, with Nurk and CJ getting hurt. We've had some really signature wins, some disappointing losses, obviously, but I think we've had some really good wins along the way. The fact that I didn't realize that in the last 6 years, this is the best record after 35 games. That surprised me. And to do it under the situations that we've had is, I think, remarkable. But we know that we're only halfway done. But what this group has done to get to this point is, I'm pretty proud of what they've done so far.
And can you handicap the returns of CJ and Nurk? Is that something that you're
You read the
expecting?
you read the press release.
Yeah. There's
That's-
always more to the story than that, though, Terry.
Well, no, that's why we put out press releases.
Two darn good press releases too.
Yeah, Jim Taylor's right here. I'm not going to override Jim Taylor.
Next
But
questions come from,
certainly,
sorry, go ahead, Jason.
considering your guys' first half and knowing that their return is imminent has got to be uplifting for you, I would imagine.
It is. And, obviously they're going to be coming back soon. And the transition of getting them back into the lineup and the roles will change. And, we have some things to figure out once they get back. But obviously it's going to be a positive when they do. But there's going to be an adjustment period when they do.
Next question is coming from Soichi Hayashi with Yahoo Japan.
Congratulations, coach.
Thank you.
Good game tonight.
Thank you.
Next counter, 22 points, 21 rebound. I think he's great, huge progress right now. How do you feel about his getting better every single game? How do you feel?
Enes has been invaluable for us, especially with Nurk being out. But we talked about how deep we were going into this season. And I think the fact that we were able to sustain those injuries and still find ways to win games speaks to our depth. As far as Enes, I found out he's had 7 or 8 2020 games. So he's been doing this. This is not a one-time thing. He's an excellent basketball player with a great skill set, and he knows what works for him. And that was on full display tonight.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Time for a couple more. Coming back to AJ McCord with Coin.
So, Coach, we saw, or at least we saw on the broadcast, Luke Walton's reaction. I don't know that I caught yours. What was your reaction when you heard the ref explain that it was a rim hit replay trigger in those final seconds? Can you explain that?
Well, we kind of knew when they told me that the bottom part of the basket, anything orange, is considered part of the rim, then we figured that what was going to happen happened. That it was going to say that they hit the rim and we got the rebound, so it'd be our ball. So it really, I didn't have much reaction because we kind of figured that's what the judgment was going to be.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Our final question coming from Jason Quick.
Coach, you've been pretty consistent at playing 9 guys in your rotation. You mentioned that you're going to have some decisions to make when CJ and Nurk come back. Are you pretty locked in at keeping it at 9, or will you be kind of flexible and maybe expand it to 10, even 11?
Well, that's why I said we got some things to figure out when they come back. I'm not going to say one way or the other. We've had guys come in and play well, but certainly Nurk and CJ are going to eventually have their regular minutes, and they got to come from somewhere. So I'm not going to lock into any specific rotation or minutes or number of people or anything like that. It's going to be an adjustment, and it's going to take a little bit of time to figure things out.
But historically, you've been kind of a 9-guy.
Yep.
Rotation guy, right? Yeah.
I have been.
Okay.
And, trying to squeeze a 10th guy in probably in the first half. We got 10 back-to-backs. There's going to be some multiple 5 games in 7 nights. So I think load management may come into it. I will take load into account in decisions along the way. But that's why I can't really say what it's going to be on a night-to-night basis.
Yeah. Good problems to have.
Yes, it is.
I will wrap it there. Thank you, Coach.
All right, thanks. Enjoy the break, everybody.